सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ध्येय आईएएस चैनल को और बेल आइकन को दबाइए लेटेस्ट वीडियो सबसे पहले देखने के लिए।
In the previous edition of Art and Culture, we talked about caves and stupas of the Gupta period. In this part, we will talk about the temples and sculptures. The rock-cut architecture reached its zenith during the Gupta period. This period marks the beginning of Indian temple architecture. Manuals concerned with the process of making temples were written during this period. Most of the temples carved during this time were carved with a representation of gods. Some prominent features like the shikhars, mandapa or the porticos, sanctum sanctorum, also known as garbhagriha, and vahana or the vehicle could be seen during these times. Talking about the temples, these can be categorized into 5 stages. The first, in this type, buildings were in square shape with flat roof, shallow pillared porticos. It comprised of a single entrance and porch. The best example of this is the temple number 17 at Sanchi. The second, it was an elaborate version of the first stage. These were 2-storied temples. The passageway was covered and the platforms were raised high. The important addition in this stage was the covered passageway around the sanctum. The third, shikhars made their appearance instead of the flat roof. Panchayatan style of temple making was also introduced during the third stage. The fourth stage, it was very similar to the previous stage. The only difference or the development was in case of the main shrine. It became more rectangular. The last and the fifth stage, the rest of the similar features were there except the introduction of circular temples with shallow rectangular projections. Example, Maniar Math, Rajgir, Bihar. 2 broad orders of temples in the country are known: Nagara in the north and Dravida in the south. In the Nagara style, the whole temple is built on a stone platform with stairs leading to it. There were no grand boundary walls or gateways. Based on the shape of shikhars, Nagara style has 3 variations: Vallabhi type, Rekha Prasad or Latina, and the Famsana. The Vallabhi type comprised of rectangular buildings with a roof that rises into a vaulted chamber, also called as wagon vaulted buildings. Rekha Prasad comprised of simple shikhar with square base and whose walls slope inwards to a point on top. It was the most common type. The Famsana in many North Indian temples was used for mandapa. Roofs were made of several slabs that rose to a single point over the center of the building. These buildings were broader and short. The Nagara style or the school was subdivided into 3 schools: the Odisha school, the Khajuraho school, and the Solanki school. The Odisha school, within this, the shikhar is vertical almost to the top and suddenly curves sharply inwards. These are preceded by mandapas. The ground plan is always square but becomes circular in the crowning mastaka. Exterior are lavishly carved. The best example of this is the Konark temple and the Jagannath temple. The Khajuraho school, the shikhar is curved and miniature shikhar appear from the central tower. The halls and porticos of the temple are also crowned with smaller towers. Lastly, the Solanki school. The amazing feature of this style is its minute decorativeness. The major example of Gupta temple architecture are the temples like Dasavatra temple of Deoghar, Bhitargaon temple, Vishnu temple of Jabalpur, Shiv temple of Bhumara, Parvati temple of Nachriya Kathura, Mukundara temple of Kota, Lakshman temple of Raipur, Shiv temple of Koh, and Bhitari temple of Ghazipur. Now we will talk about the sculptures of Gupta period. The Gupta period sculptures depict dignity. During this period, Indian sculptures entered into its classic phase. The Buddha images at Sarnath reflect serenity and contentment. The Hindu gods of the Gupta period were primarily incarnations of Vishnu. Represented by a red sandstone, figure of standing Buddha with an immense decorated halo is seen. A great example of Gupta sculpture created at Sarnath is that of the seated Buddha preaching the law carved of Chunar sandstone. This was a new school, that is the Sarnath school of sculpture. A remarkable piece of Gupta metal casting found at Sultanganj in Bihar is nearly 7 feet high. Another metal figure, but of a smaller size, in bronze was found in UP. Buddha image in Sarnath have plain transparent drapery covering both shoulders. The art of Barhut, Amravati, Sanchi and Mathura came closer, melting into one. The great artistic creations of the period were invested with sweet and soft contours, restrained ornament and dignified repose. Under the patronage of the Guptas, the studies of Mathura and Sarnath produced several works of great merit. The magnificent red sandstone. The magnificent red sandstone image of the Buddha from Mathura is a most remarkable example of Gupta workmanship, datable to the 5th century AD. The Great Master showing standing with his right. The Great Master shown standing with his right hand in Abhay Mudra, assuring protection, and the left holding the hem of the garment. The robe covering both shoulders is skillfully represented with delicately covered schematic folds and clings to the body. The head is covered with spiral curl. The stone carving from the temple at Deoghar and those from the temples of Udaygiri and Ajanta are excellent specimens of figure sculpture in their decorative settings. A magnificent representation of Vishnu belongs to Gupta period and comes from Mathura. The typical gown, Thivana Mala, the charming string of pearls toiled round the neck, the long and elegant Yagnopavita are all characteristics of early Gupta work. The head of Shiva is an excellent example of Gupta terracottas depicted with matted locks tied in a prominent and graceful top knot. With time, the sculpture's quality deteriorated. It became heavier and started to be made of metal.